LDBC. This is your boy, Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Boxing and MMA Show Live. Okay, folks, Bec Rawlings, and, I was going to talk about this today anyway, and I was talking to the Ghost a little bit earlier, and we both kind of had our thoughts about this. Bec Rawlings, she was penalized 20% of her purse, and 20% of her purse was given to Tecia Torres. Tecia Torres still accepted the fight, but, and I understand that Torres, she wants to, I guess, she's getting money, and that's money that, she ain't got to, that's just money. That's free money. So I understand. But on the same token, this girl really has never had a problem making weight, okay? She's always been professional enough to make weight. And this is probably the first time that I'm aware of that Bec Rawlings has missed weight, okay? I mean, it is. And so she got on the scales, and she weighed 117.5 pounds. And, of course, Bec Rawlings, she probably tried to do everything she could. She tried. But, I mean, homegirl, damn girl would have, had to take everything off and get butt naked. And she still wouldn't have made it. I mean, it just wouldn't have made no difference, okay? She did everything she could to make weight. And it's just her body is not going to allow her to make the weight. And that's what she said. This girl been doing these drastic weight cuts. And it's not just Bec Rawlings. It's a lot of women that's in the sport that they do these drastic weight cuts. And see, y'all don't get it. For a woman, these weight cuts, they're not healthy. They're not healthy at all. When women make weight cuts like this and they do it consistently, and you got to think about the frequency of fights that she fights. Bec probably fights 3 to 4 times a year. So, she's got to cut these weight. Maybe she don't fight that much right now, probably at this stage of her career. But, I mean, she's probably fighting twice a year. So these weight cuts, they're not healthy for a woman. The woman's body, it has to retain water, okay? Their bodies are going to retain much more water than men because their bodies need that water, okay? So you think this girl, she's urinating, she's pissing everything out. They get into those steam rooms, they're sweating everything out. And you can tell in the fight, and now I'm not taking anything away from Tecia Torres, because Torres did look wonderful in the fight, but Bec, she looked drained. And I've never seen Bec Rawlings look like that. I've seen her like she didn't have any energy to deal with Tecia Torres. She didn't, okay? Bec Rawlings didn't have the energy. Her foot movement was slow. She was reacting slow. And Bec Rawlings was a damn zombie. You know what, man? They got to do better. Okay? They got to do better with this because they're going to end up, and I'm going to tell y'all, and I hate to say this, and I don't want anything to happen to anybody, but when somebody pass out and die from doing this, and of course the UFC, and even the governing bodies, they are aware that these drastic weight cuts are happening. They know that they're happening. But see, nobody is doing anything to lift a finger about this. Shoot, man. They need to change the tolerance, okay? They need to do something, or they need to make more divisions. Folks, that's how it is. And that's going to solve the problem. Because this woman, you got to understand, her purse wasn't that much to begin with. She didn't get a gigantic purse. And she gave 20% of it to Tecia Torres. She had to pay, her trainers probably 10%. Okay, her manager probably got 5%. So you look at, how much money does Bec have for herself? And, of course, she got to pay taxes on it. So, damn, how are they going to win? How are fighters like Bec Rawlings going to win in this whole game called the fight game? How? How is she going to win? And, and if Tecia Torres had a heart, she'd say, hey, you know what? Hey, I won't take your 20%. But, Tecia Torres probably got bills to pay too. So she was like, hey, free money. And I can't knock Tecia Torres. The right thing to do would be to give it to her. But Tecia Torres didn't even have to accept the fight. Okay? Tecia Torres could have just said no, to the whole fight altogether. So she accepted the fight, but she took that money. She took the money. But see, it's going to screw Bec over because that's not going to be enough money for this girl to pay what she got to pay, her expenses, her bills. Her food, her training cost. She's not going to have enough money, man. And basically what she's going to have to do, she's going to have to do odd jobs. That's the life of, being a women's MMA fighter. Coach, the men have this kind of thing too, but I'm not talking about the men. I'm here, and my platform is primarily to support the women in these situations, okay? I mean, folks, that's just how it is. That's just the way that is. And, I felt bad for Beck. And, a lot of people don't like her, and she's outspoken. She says a lot of things, but she's a true professional. And I'm not aware of her missing weight, okay? I'm not aware. To me, I think this is the first time, okay? I've checked, and I didn't see anywhere else where she missed weight, okay? What is Bec Rawlings going to do from here? What is she going to do? Okay, will she get back in the octagon? Yeah. I mean, and they're going to put her against somebody, and, she can't fight at the strawweight division. Bec Rawlings, either she's going to have to move up to bantamweight, either she's going to have to move up, or, they're going to have to make another division, the 125-pound division. They're going to have to do that. And this is going to have to be a thing that, Dana White, the UFC, WME, they're going to have to make that weight class. Because if not, you're going to see a lot more girls in 2017. They're going to get penalized, okay? They're going to get penalized. I've been in many gyms where you see female fighters, they're preparing, okay? And I think, and if you guys are interested, I'm going to drop a video, and I'm going to tell you, how these women can make weight without completely damaging their bodies and keeping nutrition. And it's the easiest way that they can make weight. But they need, though, they're going to need at least 8 to 12 weeks to do it. But I can show on a video how they can make weight, and it's so simple. Your body's not being, your body's not being starved to death, and they can make weight. And I ought to charge for this, but, I'm going to do it to help the sport. Like I've helped another woman, she lives here, and, she's a fighter, and she used to have a hard time making weight. But I actually gave her, I told her, hey, you need to do this, okay? And you do this 3 times a day, and you'll make weight, okay? Your body won't be undernourished, it won't be starved, and your body will also, it will lose weight very rapidly, and it'll be healthy weight. And it'll be healthy for the fight. You're not depriving yourself of nutrients. I mean, a lot of stuff, okay? But, shout out to Bec Rawlings. I feel bad for her because, this is going to set her back, man. She got to figure out how to pay bills. I mean, it sucks, man, when you are a female fighter and you have so much more that you have to do. And, of course, if, she ain't got a significant other, it's just that worse, okay? I'm sorry, and I feel bad for you, Bec. Hopefully I know you'll get back up on your feet. You lost a tough fight. You guys tell me what you think. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe.